guys, my name is Sabah Nawaz and I'm from Cool Leagues. Before we get into the video, I would like you to visit our website. It has really cool content related to HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, Python, WordPress, Linux, Raspberry Pi. Do visit it. Hello guys, today we will be discussing about the core differences between React-Bootstrap and Reactstrap to a piece of code, because there is no big difference between them as underlying engine that powers both of them is actually the same. So before we get started, make sure you have VS Code or any type of code editor and Node installed in your system, and have prior knowledge about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and Bootstrap. Once you have installed all of these, you can go ahead and open your, command prompt and write node -- version to check your node version, and npm -- version for checking your npm package manager's version. Though I personally recommend to you for installing the latest versions. So that's all. Now we can go ahead and dive into the main video. So I'm going to start from making a React project. I am going to make my React project inside my htdocs and React folder, but you can make it in any of your desired location in your system. And now you can go ahead and type npx create -react -app and your app React app desired name. In my case, I'm going to just type React app and press enter. And as you can see, it's installing. And as you can see, it's installed. Now you can go ahead and cd and your project name. In my case, React app, enter. And I'm inside my React app project. And now I can just use my npm or the package manager I'm using start for starting my app. So now as you can see that our React app is running perfectly. So you can go ahead, or we can go ahead and install Bootstrap in it. I'm going to open my project in VS Code. You can go ahead and open it in any kind of code editor, but my favorite is VS Code, so I'm going to open a project inside VS Code. And I'm going to open its terminal. And type npm install --save bootstrap. For installing Bootstrap package in my React app project. Now, as you can see, our Bootstrap is installed. So just to make sure that whether to check it's installed in our project or not, you can go inside package.json file and see here it's installed. Bootstrap version 4.5.3 is installed in your project. So now what you can do is go to your src, then open your app.js. And as you can see, it's really visible. There is a lot of code already in your app.js file. That's because this file is being currently rendered in your main app project, which means that, as you can see, you imported a logo from logo.svg, and that logo is being displayed here. As you can see, it's here in your main app. So that means whatever changes you make in your app.js file, it would be reflected on your main output. So you can go ahead and remove all the unnecessary stuff. like I'm doing right now. So now what you can do is add your newly added package of Bootstrap inside your app.js for actually using, when we say, your Bootstrap package. So what you have to do is import Bootstrap /dist /css /bootstrap .min.css. Using the following path, you can import Bootstrap in your main app.js folder. As you can see over here, if you go to your node modules, you can actually find the same path over here as well. If you go to your node modules and open Bootstrap, which is here, inside Bootstrap there is this folder, like mentioned in the path above, CSS, and in CSS, inside CSS, there is bootstrap.min.css, and you're importing this file in your main app.js project. So now once that's done, now all you have to do is create a Bootstrap component. So go ahead and create a new folder inside src folder, name it component, and inside it create a file named alert.js. Now alert is an, what do we say, Bootstrap component, but as Bootstrap is not supported directly in React, so we need to convert Bootstrap into JSX format. So all you need to do now is import React inside this file, capital React from React, and now you can create a function. Name it alert as its alert function. And if you're not passing any sort of props inside your alert function, keep it empty. But I'm going to pass props inside it. That's why I'm going to write props body, and then return, and you open div, class C is lowercase and in capital name. I'm using camel case as I'm supposed to follow JSX format, which is supported by React. So class name equals to props, class name, and the role equals to alert as it supports alert. And now parenthesis open, props dot children, this is close. And now your function for alert is done. But for importing this alert function, you need to export it first. So if you don't add the command line, which I'm about to enter or right now, if you don't add it at the end of your project or at the end of your file, you won't be able to import your component into any other folder. So for that, you need to write export. Sorry. Export default alert. And after adding this line, you would be able to import it anywhere. As we are using this because we need to import this alert file in our app.js file. So as save this and import your alert component in your app.js file by typing import alert from, and I'm going to give it a path. As my components and app.js file is in the same src folder, so I'm just going to add /component slash, and inside that alert. Now I'm able to import my alert with a component. I need to use it somewhere in my project. So for that, as you can see, that my app function is also a function, and it's also being exported somewhere. So where is it being exported? So if you go to your index.js file, and you can see inside it, import app from .app. Here, I'm importing app component in index.js, and it's being rendered using React DOM.render. And if you can see over here, there is the tag, my app component tag. App is using self-closing tags. That's because I'm not supposed to pass any sort of props inside it. But if you, as you know, I have already created alert component. It is accepting props. So I won't be using self-closing props inside it. So we're using my alert function. I'm going to write alert. And that's my component name. And then class name, as that's the prop I'm supposed to pass, equal to, I'm going to pass the Bootstrap class name, which is alert. Oh, sorry. Secondary. Close your tags, and you can wrap this up inside any of the text. For example, I'm going to write hello. I am a secondary alert. Now, as your function or whole procedure for creating alert and using it in your main file is done, what you can do is npm start and execute your whole app, React app project. It's gonna load a lit. And as you can see, hello, I am a secondary app. Secondary alert is being displayed and being executed really clearly in your main app. Now it's up to you. If you want, you can go ahead and change this alert function from secondary to danger. Use any kind of, class name according to the alert you want. It can be secondary, it can be primary, it's up to you. And as now it's danger, I'm gonna say danger. And it changed. So using this component, you can actually execute your Reactstrap in your React project by creating components of your Bootstrap and converting them in React or JSX format. Now, once that's done, so now let's take a look at Reactstrap. If you're creating Reactstrap project from scratch, you will have to install Bootstrap, but as we have already installed and downloaded Bootstrap, so we're just going to directly install Reactstrap in our project. So yes, I'll type npm, that's my package manager, install minus save Reactstrap React minus DOM and press enter. It will take few minutes for downloading, so we just have to wait. Now as you can see the download, so what I have to do is import my Reactstrap app in my main project instead of the component that I made for React-Bootstrap. As you can see that for Reactstrap, I need to import it like import and then alert from Reactstrap Now, as you can see, I'm importing the alert component, which is present inside my Reactstrap package, which I just installed. So what's actually happening is Reactstrap is providing us with all the Bootstrap components. So we don't have to go through the procedure of actually creating the components. We can just call it and use it on our main project. So what I can do now is, instead of using this, I can go ahead and use color. Color is the built-in or predefined prop that alert component, what do we say, receives or accepts. As alert component for Reactstrap is a pre-built component, so there are some properties or props which is accepted by that component. Alert is able to accept class name and color, these kind of props, and there are a few more which I don't remember at the moment. So you can use those props and when do we say run your command. So as I'm going to use color, colon, inverted comma, secondary. And here I can write, hello, I am a secondary alert. Just like I did for React-Bootstrap. Now, once it's done, I need to save it and npm start for executing. Now, as you can see, it's perfectly running and executing. So you can go ahead and change secondary to danger. Any kind of alert you want, it can be primary, anything you want, and it would change into that format. So that's for alert. If you want, you can even go ahead and change it from alert component to any other Bootstrap component. It can be cursor, it can be anything, any Bootstrap component. But as I was just changing and making an easy piece of code for alert component for making you understand better, this is why I was using this format. But if you want, you can just go ahead and change it to any component you need to use for your project. Now, in conclusion, as it is very visible and you might have seen that in React-Bootstrap, you have to make components yourself and add Bootstrap in it and make it reusable as well. As I made it reusable by passing the props, but if I don't pass props, it would be, what do we say, I can actually directly change and write over here. If I go in my other.js file, as you can see, I passed class name and added prop.className. If I wanted, I could have actually just directly added class name equals to alert minus secondary or any class name. But I wanted to make it reusable, so I passed props and made it that way. So it's customizable. I can change it up to me. It's up to me how I want to change and use Bootstrap. But if I'm in a hurry and I want to use easy piece of code or wanted to work fast, so all I can use is Reactstrap. For Reactstrap, I don't have to go through a whole procedure of creating the component. I can just import components and use it in my main project. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed and understood what I said. Thank you. And that's all for today. For more details, you can visit our website. Its link would be in the description box below. Hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, don't hesitate to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon. If you have any sort of questions, you can leave the feedback in the comment section below. Thank you.